Hello everyone, it's Cynthia with your daily tarot card of the day. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. This week we're working with the Goddess Tarot, and I have information about this deck in the description box below. These messages are timeless. They're general for the collective. That means pretty much whenever you happen to find this video and you're inspired to watch it, you'll likely find a message here for you. But no matter what, take what resonates and leave the rest. Some vibes don't feel like they are for us, and some vibes really hit home. However, no matter what, please tap into your own intuition, your own inner guidance, your own higher self and spirit guides, however you look at it, however you see it, so that whatever card comes up, you might receive your own personal messages or insights, either along with or regardless of whatever messages I might deliver. Oops. All right. Come on, Spirit. General messages for the collective. Please. Ooh. Okay. Cutting cards. The Queen of Wands. Did she show up this week already? She's a strong energy, force to be reckoned with. While I was shuffling, I did feel a pretty intense energy come through. And I was, making connections with spirits and tapping into the collective energies. And there was actually a lot in, like I said, it was a pretty intense wave that popped up and washed over me. And I heard the term healing journey. So, from my standpoint, all journeys are a healing journey, because if you feel even slightly disconnected at any given point in time, the whole idea of healing is a certain amount of resiliency, right? Bringing yourself back into connection, back into alignment. But that resiliency builds strength, it builds intensity, it builds flexibility over time. And it is healing, because if there's something, you're in a constant state, your spirit, mind, body is in a constant state of maintaining balance. That maintenance of the balance wouldn't be so if everything were static. So things are always changing, and there's always something to process. There's always something to move. There's always something to go through, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And on different energetic levels as well, in terms of your vibration. So essentially, with the intensity and the strength and the courage of the Queen of Wands seems to be coming up, and in terms of hearing that phrase, healing journey, I want to say that there seems to be something shifting or changing within your personal energy. You might be recognizing it in its reflection in your external circumstances. You might not be feeling like you're not seeing anything move in your external circumstances, but it feels like a whirlwind on the inside. One way or the other, I'm feeling this energy, the resiliency, the strength, the flexibility, the movement, seeing it going through you on every level. And that in and of itself is very healing. She also represents creativity and growth. And I'm seeing this as being part of it. Whatever seems to be going on for you today, I feel like there's definitely there's this feeling of pace yourself. It's not that there's nothing to do or nothing that could be done, but it feels like being in receptive mode. It feels like there's this energy of sit back and receive, and yet at the same time there is creativity and growth and some kind of movement. So it almost feels like today's energy is reserved for Spirit's to-do list. Now, we all have our to-do lists and this, that, the other thing. And, we could have plans for a day, appointments, or things that we know have to get done, either, to set up for the next day or to finish up from yesterday or whatever the case might be, right? It all kind of like rolls into one big ball. But Spirit's has this feeling of you just sit back and relax, and when it's time for you to do something, we'll tell you what it is that you need to do. So I almost feel like there's this sense of you will be doing things, you will be getting things done today. Some of them could be on your to-do list, some of them might not. But it almost feels like Spirit wants to take the reins with this and wants you to be in a receptive mode of, they have something in store for you that's going to be helping your growth or helping this resiliency, or helping you to express. It's not just creative expression, but it could just be communicative in some way, but there's some kind of expression or self-expression. It could definitely be with something creative. So, if today you have the opportunity to engage in one of your hobbies or something like that, that could definitely pop up for you. But there's something very much about, there's a surprise energy here. I don't know why. I don't know if it would be a surprise inspiration or an aha moment that solves something, but it's only going to come to you if you're kind of in receptive mode, if you're in ease, if you're relaxing and maybe not thinking about the questions or the problems or the challenges. So but it feels like this Queen of Wands energy, she's ready to go. But she knows, again, pace herself. She knows when to slow down and back off. And she knows when, like when the idea happens and that moment hits, she's still poised to take action. So there's that kind of an energy. If there's nothing to do, then there's nothing to do. Sit in receptive mode. If you get the idea or the impulse or, the need arises to do something, then get up and do it immediately. Don't wait. Don't mull it over in your head. Don't try and figure it out. Just get up and do it. So it's that kind of an energy. But like once it's done, or once you've done it for a while and you lose steam, be like, okay, this is a good breaking point, and set it down and go back to being still until you know what the next thing to do is. So there's like this ebb and flow. There's being poised and ready for action, but there's also this this ease and receptivity to discovering what that action is, rather than trying to plan, control, or figure out what that action is, if that makes sense. So today definitely seems to have an interesting energy to it. If you have a lighter schedule, you might have an easier time with this. If you have a jam-packed schedule today, that there could be a lot of lessons in terms of ebb and flow and motivation versus relaxation, doing and not doing, balancing these two things. That's what helps health, resilience, strength, growth, harmony, creativity, all of these things that queen represents. There's the connection, is knowing that the whole thing is a process between balancing action and non-action. And we need to put ourselves in that poised state where we're ready to go in one direction or the other, but not forcing ourselves because our mind says so to go in one direction or the other, but rather being receptive in non-action so that we're inspired to move in a direction or to take an action. And then when that energy flows in that direction, we go with the flow. We're ready to take action immediately. We're not going to put it on tomorrow's to-do list. We're not going to do it an hour from now because we're enjoying sitting here, whatever. We're going to, oh, that's what I need to do. Boom, up, done, go, do it. And then when it's done, or when you reach a stopping point or you run out of steam, oh, the energy is ebbing from this. That's okay. Bookmark it, set it aside, sit down, get quiet, see what comes up next. You could end up moving on to something else. You could end up being, invited someplace to go somewhere or do something. So it's like this balance. Yeah, ebb and flow balance. Wonderful energy for today. So steady, poised, enthusiastic, and going with the ebb and the flow. So with that, I wish you all a wonderful day, peace and blessings, and I so look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Enjoy.